You know, some people spend their entire lives trying to figure out how to be successful in life. But what if I told you that the secret really comes down to 7 systems, not secrets? That's according to our next guest, Miss May McCarthy. She is the author of The Gratitude Formula. May, what a pleasure it is to have you this morning.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here.
So I obviously saw this book, super easy read, but before we get into it, I really want to know a little bit more about you because you have quite the story.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I moved here about a year and a half ago. Lived in Seattle for years, and it's kind of funny. My old office is right around the corner. I
no kidding.
Built a technology company that served hospitals in the greater San Antonio area. And
well, welcome,
hello to all my friends that used to work for me. I'm grateful that you're tuning in.
And you have had an incredibly successful career. I mean, I was reading 7 businesses with a revenue of $100 million combined, which is unbelievable. What do you credit that success to?
You know, we use systems to learn lots of things. I mean, think about when you learn to drive a car, or ride a bike, or read, or type on that crazy keyboard that's not even in alphabetical order. You did some things on a repetitive basis, and you saw other people accomplishing the same thing. You made it familiar and welcome, and as you use that kind of system for success in achieving goals, in doing business, in being proficient at the gym, or even being a musician, you'll achieve the success if you use repetition to reap rewards and practice, 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 and see examples of other people achieving what you want to achieve, keeping those goals at the forefront of your thoughts. You'll be able to achieve just about anything you want.
And you were able to put all of that in writing in 7 simple steps. And I love that you say it's no secret, because a lot of us think it's just something that it just works out for some people, but it's just not in our destiny.
Right. Well, think about when you've driven home from work and you don't remember large parts of your drive home. Because you used repetition to practice.
That's why they say it's good to go a different direction every time, because you get so used to it.
Right, but you don't remember large parts because you've mastered how to drive. And you could go years without riding a bike and get back on a bike and still balance on 2 wheels, right? On 2 wheels. But when you learned, you crashed a lot. So in business, in spirituality, in health and fitness, in being a musician, or anything that you want to do, there are some secrets that people think are out there that aren't secrets at all. It's just a matter of practicing, of keeping your goals at the forefront of your thoughts so that they're always at the top of your mind.
And we're going to share them with you right here, right now. So number 1, let's start with the first one, is put yourself on your calendar. What does that mean, May?
That means every single morning before you look at your social media, before you pick up devices, before you turn on the news, take time to outline what's important to you. This is your time to program your subconscious. You know, many people...
Do you mean like set the goal for the day? Like set your intention for the day, or like the bigger picture?
I believe that you should have a goal in each major area of your life. That would be your finances, your use of skills and talents in remarkable ways, or your work, your health, your relationships, that they're harmonious and peaceful and wonderful and well, not only your relationships with your family and friends, but also people at work, maybe, you know, that they're harmonious and they're working well. And also your spiritual connection and your recreation, that you have all the money and support and time necessary to rebalance yourself. So every day you should have at least one goal in each of those areas that you're going to sit down for 15 to 20 minutes and think about and keep programmed into your subconscious. Lots of studies have shown that if you put that into your subconscious first, you'll start to notice possibilities all day long that are in alignment with those goals that you programmed.
To make it manifest, right, kind of attracted to it. So number 2, read something that inspires you.
Right, I believe that short stories about ordinary people having extraordinary experiences are good. And if there's a goal that you have, for instance, many people, I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I talk to lots and lots of entrepreneurs. And what I ask them to do is read the stories about Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. They started, like me, in garages and 4th bedrooms, and they were really lean and they worked really hard.
You don't think about that when you see them today and everything that they've accomplished. They started somewhere.
Right, so read their stories, make them familiar and welcome, and then you'll start to recognize, wow, if they could do it, I could do it.
Well, there's just 2 steps right there. We still still have 5 more to go, so we're going to continue the conversation with May, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We are back with author May McCarthy talking about her 7-step system to create a life that you love. So we already said number 1, number 2, and now number 3, we are on write a gratitude letter.
This is really important. Every single day, those goals that we talked about, you should write down, but write them down as though you've already achieved them with gratitude. And what I mean by that is, now that we're here at New Year's resolution time, lots of people have said things like, I want to lose 10 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Right? They gained a lot of weight over the holidays.
It's like your wish list.
Well, think about that goal for a minute. If the goal is to be wanting to lose, haven't you already achieved it? Aren't you already wanting?
You already have that desire.
You're already wanting.
Oh,
so you'll
there
never.
You already got what you've been asking for, which is that desire.
Well, you'll never get there. You'll just always stay in this perpetual state of wanting. So write it down as though it's done with gratitude.
So what would you say for weight loss, for example?
You might say, I'm so grateful that I'm physically fit, trim, toned, energetic, and a healthy, pain-free body that easily moves through life.
I love it.
And what will happen is your subconscious and this idea of intuition will show up and illuminate possibilities for you to take steps to make it true.
Now, do we write it down and put it somewhere where we can see it, or does it matter, like in a journal, or what do you suggest?
You can use a notepad, you can use a journal, you can use whatever you want.
Okay.
Some people even type it, but the key is to write it down as though those goals are complete with gratitude.
I love that. Okay, now number 4, read your gratitude letter out loud.
Right. Any teacher will tell you that if you read something out loud, it anchors the meaning more fully within you. And here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get your subconscious and intuition to illuminate possibilities and give you that gut instinct, that strong thought, that desire to go somewhere, contact someone, do something in order to make those goals true.
Is it kind of like fake it till you make it, in a sense? Like you tell yourself, like it's there, and it's just kind of, you believe it, and then you achieve it.
If you're talking about something continuously, as though it's already done, your subconscious is going to filter the billions of pieces of data that are coming at you and illuminate possibilities. Like when you bought a car, the last time you bought a car, you thought about the car, you imagined the car, that car was yours before you even bought it. Didn't you start to notice that car driving around everywhere?
Everywhere you see it.
You never noticed it before.
Now, May, I have a question. So when it comes to those dreams, do you share your dreams? Because it's good to put it out in the universe, but then again, sometimes people don't wish you to have those dreams. So how do you balance that?
Well, you know, as a businesswoman, I don't usually tell people about what I'm building until I'm done, unless they're people that I really trust. And so if you've got people in your life that trust and are your champions and really support you, by all means, share your goals with them.
Only tell your cheerleaders. Okay, number 5, visualize reaching your goals.
Right, this is a technique that many professional athletes, musicians, and others use, including business people. And what we do is we see ourselves in our mind's eye. So take one of your goals every day that you just wrote down, just one, because you only have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And see yourself in the picture of the completed goal. Who are you with? Where are you? How do you look in that beautiful new outfit because you are physically fit and trim and toned and energetic? But feel what it's like to be in the completed goal after you've already achieved it. And that will anchor and help you to notice more possibilities and attract what you're desiring to yourself.
Yeah, so maybe you're passing by that fast food and you're like, what am I going to do with this great body? No, I'm just going to keep driving.
Right, or you might have a strong thought to go somewhere and you meet a friend and go, hey, how about we go have a healthy meal?
I like that. Put it out there. Number 6, now listen to your subconscious mind. How do you know that's our subconscious mind?
Well, you know, you're going to get strong thoughts and ideas all day long. I remember one of my goals for one of my companies was to have a minimum or more of $400,000 in increased income. And I found myself in my rental car in Cleveland, and I got this strong thought to drive across town to another grocery store at 9 o'clock at night instead of the closest one. When I followed that gut instinct, that strong thought, I ran into somebody that I hadn't seen in over 6 months who was a potential customer and invited me to make a presentation while I was in town, and that led to a contract worth over $400,000. So if you have a strong thought to contact someone, to do something, to go somewhere, to take some action, take the action if you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Take the action and you may just be that one step closer to achieving your goals.
Yeah, listen to your gut. And now number 7, celebrate and express gratitude.
This is big, and it's 2 parts. When you take a step, like driving across town to Cleveland and getting that appointment, I text my celebration partner that's in New Orleans, and I said, celebrate. So he sent me a text back and said what time I could call him and we could talk. And I said, look, I know that this has not resulted in my achieved goal yet, but I got a gut instinct, I got a strong thought, and I took action, and it's cause for celebration. The more you do that, the more reinforcement you're giving to allowing intuition to be part of your success tool. I'm not the only one that believes that. Bill Gates said you have to rely on intuition. Steve Jobs said you actually have to have courage to follow your heart and intuition. And Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women of our time, has said that she has listened to that still small voice of intuition her whole life. The only time she's made mistakes, when she didn't listen.
That's true. And even her grandmother, I mean, her grandmother said, no, you're not going to make it anything more than, you know, whatever. And she said, no, she felt in her gut that she was going to be something much, much bigger. She didn't know what it was, but she listened to it.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, and at the end of the night, what you want to do right before you go to sleep is just express gratitude. Think of 2 or 3 things that you could say, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the parking spaces up front so I didn't have to get wet in the rain, or whatever you're grateful for. Studies have shown that when you use gratitude right before you go to sleep, you sleep better.
Wonderful. So this is just one of the many, many advices that you're going to get much more in her book. Go to MayMcCarthy.com for this book and even other books. Another book that I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
Thank you so much, May. We appreciate you very much.
Great to meet you.